Toonami Studios. Ladies and gentlemen, the saga, the ever-going story of Yara Flor continues as she gets an ongoing. That's right, the breakout character from Future State, the one I know everybody had their eyes on, just waiting to see what this character was going to do and become. She's back in an ongoing. Joelle Jones is back doing a lot of the beautiful stuff of this character, and I'm going to say it right now, probably one of the best looking books on store shelves. This is gorgeous. The colors are fantastic. The art style is fantastic. The writing is fantastic. This is going to be the next big character. Maybe not the next Miles Morales level big, but I'm telling you, she is going to take off, and I think it starts right here. This book is building up its own mythos and lore, and it doesn't need to have any other character to introduce itself to make it different. I love it. It's really good stuff. So we open up this issue, we see a flashback with Yara with her people being attacked by some masked raiders, some old knights of some kind. It's intercut with like some narration as she is like getting off her plane, like the plane's making her descent. We saw in Infinite Frontier that Yara was headed to Rio. Now we see that she's making her descent there, and it's kind of a flashback where I think it's her mother, they don't really explicitly say who it is that she's with, but her mother's about to be killed, so Yara tries to like stop this like invader from doing that, stabs him in the knee, and then her mom is beheaded because of it. Very cool, very intense. I thought that was great. Again, I can't just talk about the artwork enough because it's just perfect. It is so well thought out and crafted, and I'm blown away with every panel. It is gorgeous. So we cut to the present day, and we see Yara on the plane. She's talking to this old lady. They're both about to embark on like was it like a Rio? I can't remember what they said. It's like a tour of Rio, and they're just going, a heritage tour, I think is what they called it. Like a bunch of places do that kind of stuff. But they're going to go check it out. And Yara's just kind of explaining her backstory, how she was raised by her aunt and how they're headed down these places now. And she gets away to the tour. And then we get a couple of pages where we see a few of the queens throughout the Amazon legacy. We go to Themyscira. And again, if you haven't seen everything with Infinite Frontier, this might be a bit of a spoiler, but Nubia takes over the mantle of queen because Hippolyta is going to go take over Diana's place in man's world. And she just has like this weird sense of something's coming. Then we cut to Mount Olympus, and Hera has the same sense of something coming. I'm like, this is great. This is great. Like, come on. We don't need Diana or Hippolyta. We got so many great characters here we can use. And it's just like, they're all kind of just like, what is happening? They don't really know what it is, but they all sense something happening. We cut to Bana Mikdal, I think is that how you pronounce that one. And this Queen Faruka also senses something happening. And you're like, okay, we got 3 queens. Each of them are feeling this weird power coming from something. They can't really sense what it is. And I just don't want to talk about the artwork for every page, but I love that every character has a very distinctive look. They all have they're all done in a similar style, but each character that we've seen so far looks different and feels different than the last. And it's just absolutely perfect. So we cut back to Rio, and we see Yara just walking down the street, but she feels like the weight of like the world is staring at her, and we get a nice page where we see a bunch of other characters in the DC universe just kind of like in different panels just around her, like the weight of the world's on her shoulders, like everyone's just kind of watching her, waiting to see if she's going to become the next Wonder Woman, kind of, pretty much. So she gets onto her bus. She's kind of just like, oh boy, these people, they all talk so much, and it's kind of annoying. She's kind of stressed about it, so she kind of like befriends the bus driver, and he's like, "You're not from around here, are you? You're different than a lot of the tourists we get. You know, you're just like, you look younger." And he's kind of like, "Oh, you're kind of pretty," but he doesn't say that. You just get the sense he's thinking that, and he sees like up ahead there's some like traffic being blocked. They don't know what it is, but Yara sees like, oh, there's people that are hurt out there, so she runs out to go help them. Again, you're setting up Yara just to be, she's just a hero. Don't over explain it. We know what she is. We know what she is capable of doing. We've seen her future, her potential future, I should say. So don't spend time on it if we don't have to. She drags a man out from a potential explosion, and the bus driver's like, man, you certainly are different. And they kind of hit it off in some cute little way. I like it. It's just really fun. We're just setting up her, like, supporting cast for this arc. And it doesn't have to be, like, you know, her family or her friends or anything. She's just in a new place with a bunch of people on a bus. You've already just established, here are these people that could potentially be a part of her, like, you know, side characters. But maybe not. The connection with the bus driver leads me to believe he might be somebody. But we'll have to wait and see. So we get another page where all of our queens are still feeling like it's time to prepare for our plan. Looks great, fantastic stuff. And then we cut to your boy Kevin. Hey, it's your boy Kevin, back with another episode of Kicking It with Kevin. You know, it's hard to make, like, you know, the vlogger, like, written realistically because they all suck. Like, people who vlog, anybody who fucking goes, I gotta say this, anybody who goes to, like, a place that's like a tourist attraction and they're vlogging themselves there, it's stupid. I've thought about this a lot, and I honestly believe you can take the pretty picture of the place, but don't spend more time taking pictures or talking about the place into like a camera or on the phone with somebody or any of that shit. Enjoy the place for where you are. You're at some place, it's called Iguacu Falls, I think that's what it's called here. Why would you vlog this? I get it, it's cool, but enjoy it for what it is. That stuff bothers me. So Kevin shines his camera on Yara, and she's like, I'm not your girl, so get that thing out of my face. He's like, whoa, sorry for trying to make you famous. I'm like Jake Paul up in this hizzy. I get it, man. But Yara, she's looking down at the waters below. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous page. And she starts to hear like this siren call from it, and she's like, what is that? That doesn't sound normal. What, can anybody else hear that? And suddenly like some gold chain just like pulls itself out of the water and drags Yara in by the neck, and she gets drowned in there. And she looks like she's about to drown, but she's being attacked by a mermaid-looking creature. It could be a siren because she heard the music, and we like kind of said earlier that Yara doesn't really care for the singing side of stuff. But I'm like, hey man, that's a great way to end the first issue. This was great! I loved every second of this book. You are establishing Yara to be a very different type of character. You know, we have a lot of legacy characters in the Wonder Woman pantheon. Donna Troy, Wonder Girl Cassie. You know, it's just like, we haven't made any of them really stick because we over-convoluted both of those characters' backstories to the point where it's like, stick them on a team and don't deal with it again. So let's start fresh. We are in an era where these new characters are prominent and important, and the idea that there's another tribe of Amazons and, you know, like the Amazon jungle, and there's a history there already. We're establishing the queens are sensing something. We're saying Yara is trying to figure out her heritage while doing something new. And you put all this together. You put all of this amazing story and interesting character moments, and you top that with the most beautiful, sensational artwork I've seen in a comic book in ages. Oh my god, this book literally is gorgeous. I am blown away by it. Joelle Jones has outdone herself. Jordi Belair, who does the colors, outdid themselves. This is just fantastic. Every second of this, every panel, every piece of dialogue, this to me is how you tell a compelling modern story with a Wonder Woman analog character that is perfect for the modern audiences. It's a shame that CW Project didn't go forward because this could be something spectacular. Honestly, I really think this could be great live action. It's so perfect. Like, I buy it, please buy this book. I just want this one to succeed, just because if nothing else, it's one of the most spectacular looking books you are ever going to see. This is when like a colorist comes into like the style of an artist and everything just clicks perfectly. It is that gorgeous and that prestigious. So, Wonder Girl issue number 1, I am going to give a 10 out of 10. I can almost guarantee the rest of the book is going to be getting that number 2. So thank you guys for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, Patreon, Twitter, all that good stuff, and I will catch you in the next one. Have fun, stay safe, good luck.